This video is for you if you know you need flash, but you don't know which flash you need. A flash unit or a speed light is an incredible tool in a photographer's tool bag, and you absolutely have to have it if you're an on-location lifestyle photographer that works with families in their home. A lot of my friends who love natural light cringe at the thought of incorporating flash into their work, but flash is truly an incredible tool. It can help you overcome weather situations, right? So a rainy day, if your session happens to be scheduled on a day where there's rain, flash can save the day. If you're in a home that doesn't have a lot of natural light, but maybe your look is light and airy and they're expecting you to deliver no matter what their house looks like, flash will truly save the day. Or even on the sunniest days, I still find myself reaching for my flash unit because sometimes homes, no matter the layout, no matter where they are, the room that I happen to be working with is on the opposite side of the house as the sun, or it's a beautiful room with maybe the opportunity for ideal light, but it's the middle of summer or spring and there is a bright big green tree smashed right up against that window, blocking all that beautiful natural light that I would have used to light my session. I use flash at about 80% of my on-location lifestyle sessions because I find that something is always getting in the way of my perfect, ideal, light and airy light. Now, in this video, I want to talk to you about choosing a speed light or a flash unit. It's not really about a specific flash unit, right? You don't have to have the exact one that I have to get the results that I get. We really need our flash unit to be able to do a few very specific things, and that's exactly what we're going to go over in this video. So there's three main things we want to look for when we are shopping for a speed light unit. Those three things are, can I get it off the camera, right? We don't want something that's only capable of shooting on the camera. We want something that can work with a wireless remote trigger so that we can get it off the camera. This is going to help us shape our light and really recreate a natural light look. Often the reason I see people resisting flash is because they love a natural light look, but getting the flash unit off camera is what's going to help us create that natural light feeling. The next thing we want to look for is, can that flash unit operate in manual mode? We don't want an automatic flash. There are some that only operate in TTL mode. We don't want that. We want something that we can control and manipulate so that we can get the results that we're looking for. Let me give you an example of why manual mode is so important. I'm guessing if you're here, you've already conquered manual mode on your camera, but I want to translate that to the importance of working with manual mode on your flash as well. I want you to think about walking into a coffee shop, your favorite local coffee shop, and all you say is, I want a drink. Well, there are literally thousands of possibilities of drinks that you could walk out of at your local coffee shop. Would it be hot? Would it be cold? Is it coffee? Is it tea? The possibilities are endless. When you use any type of camera equipment in automatic mode, that's all you're telling it. You're saying, I want a picture. You're not telling it, what should the lighting look like? What should the exposure look like? You're not telling it any of that when you work in automatic mode. By using manual mode on all of our equipment, not only the camera, but the flash unit itself, we are being very specific. We're walking into that coffee shop and ordering our hot latte with caramel drizzle and whipped cream. I don't know, I'm just naming something that sounds delicious. But that's what we're doing when we're starting to work in manual mode. We're being very specific with the results we want for our pictures. So bottom line, manual mode is really important and we want something with a broad range of power. Ideally, we would get a speed light unit that can have power as low as something like 1/128. The broader the power range, the better opportunity we're gonna have to shape and control light with that speed light. So you wanna make sure you're finding something that has a really broad power range with your speed light unit. The next thing is, can it swivel? Can it tilt? We want something with full range of motion so that we can control the shape of our light and really create the type of lighting as far as direction that we want with the speed light unit. If it's static, it's not going to lend itself to a lot of flexibility in where we can point it, how we can make micro adjustments to really tweak the shape of that light in the way that we like for our final image. I'm going to link some of my favorite speed light options in the description box below, but I'm also going to link my freebie download. It's a guide to gear that's going to show you everything that I take in my camera bag. There's also another video I'll link as well, where I give you a full run through of everything I take to every single lifestyle newborn on location session. Now, I want to take a quick minute to talk about the benefits of using something like a speed light versus taking a big studio strobe with you on location. The beauty of this speed light unit is that it is a really small and really compact little tool to take that is easy to take on location, right? So a strobe unit is going to be really big, really bulky, a lot heavier, and just all around harder to take from place to place. So a speed light is super lightweight. It's small in and of itself, so you can squeeze it into little corners in a room if you need to, and it really gives you a lot more flexibility as far as where you can put this in your client's home. You will find on a speed light that you get a slightly slower recycle time than you do on a strobe unit that's going to be plugged into a wall. That's one downside, but on location, you really want something that's super portable. To me, it's not worth the benefit of that strobe unit being plugged into the wall with a really fast recycle time to give up the convenience of using a speed light. I also think that from a general safety standpoint, I really like to work with these speed light units because I'm often working with small children and families that have just had babies. A lot of times those families also have a toddler in the house. And if you have toddlers yourself or if you've worked with small children, they are curious. And I don't want tiny little hands to accidentally knock over a stand that has a giant strobe unit on top. That would not be fun for anyone. The strobe unit does have its place, of course. I use mine weekly in my studio for sessions where there's a little less pressure, a little more time involved, right? So I'm working with a child one-on-one for a portrait, and I can leave my studio strobe plugged in. I have enough space to accommodate the strobe and a giant modifier if I'd like. For on location though, the speed light unit is really all you need to create a beautiful natural light look when you find that you don't have that ideal light you need to get the results you're after. So I want to know, do you take a speed light with you to your lifestyle newborn sessions? Do you wear that natural light photographer title like a badge of honor? It's okay if you do. I want to convert you over to taking your speed light on location so that you can see how it can have an incredible impact on your results and give you that confidence you need, and most importantly, give you that consistency you want in your work, no matter the lighting situation you find yourself in. Make sure you check out the resources linked below and check out my gear recommendations. Drop any questions you might have in the comments. I'm happy to help, and I can't wait to see how you use Speedlight at your next session.